Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Happy Sunday to you and your family. Taking a little look here at Compound. I got a lot of requests for this one overnight. Last night asking, hey, is this little run, is this going to sustain itself or is it going to pull back? What are we looking at here? We're going to take a look at the big picture and kind of help identify if this is definitely something we could anticipate, or if we're in a position right now where the price action is going to just turn itself around, right? So we want to look at that and much more. So if you're new to the channel, I am not a financial advisor. I just love to teach people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today, of course. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is the website, link down below, and I can effectively help you become a little bit better. I have a trading academy, community, and signals group. Really awesome experience there. We took some healthy profits last week from Bitcoin and Ethereum, and excited to see what happens with this trading week here. One last thing too, extremely important you recognize this if you were impacted by KuCoin, Bybit, or what was it, BitGet. All three of them required full-on KYC, at least in the States and Canada for the most part, in the last couple of months. So good news is BingX has you covered. They give you a $50 bonus with a $50 deposit, and if you trade with $3,000 in volume, you get a $100 bonus as well. So awesome, easy stuff there. Fantastic exchange. No VPN or KYC required. Link down below for that. Also help us grow our Twitter community here. Greatly appreciate that as well. Okay, so what we're going to look at here, some pretty straightforward stuff. Kind of the rudimentary trading things, okay? What I mean by that is just, you kind of take a look here. I just marked this on the chart. You can kind of see pretty obviously right here at about $58, really, really close, plus or minus a few cents. The price action wicked up and had multiple attempts to cross this level and hadn't in the past, okay? So that being said, now that we're above that level, we have a strong likelihood of the price sustaining above that price point. That's a previous resistance turned support. Now you could argue that it came up above here recently and it should have held as a support. Well, that's true. That doesn't always happen in the first run, right? The first go around. You got to test the level multiple times for it to be able to kind of reaffirm itself. So I think with the most recent time frame here, we can see that the average true range with this little area is just above that level. So we're right there at that halfway point. So this is the halfway point, the 0.5 on Fibonacci. We want to kind of pay attention to that and see if that will continue to hold for us, okay? So we're going to look at that, but furthermore, just big picture, I think this range here of about $58 to $60 should be a decent support range, and we're right there at that level trying to test it. So a lot of this has to do with how we're going to close in the candlesticks today. Is the one-day candlestick going to close above or below that $58 to $60 range? I think that's an important point. So taking a look here at the R side, nothing special. We're kind of like right in between 50 and 70. We can see stochastics coming down, of course, hasn't swung upwards yet, but we're on the verge of that happening. Next couple of days, we'll probably see that happen. Again, if the price stays where it's at and goes higher, if we see that, that might be a good indication to go long. Right now, I think it's a little premature, but once again, this is just the big picture. You can see a MACD potential bounce. Nothing really happened. It didn't come down in full swing at all. It's just kind of slowing itself down, so that's always a positive too. We can also probably identify that we're above all three moving averages, which is nice. And the key takeaway here is that staying above the 20-day set moving average will be really important. And it should start to average itself out in this range here soon. So the next couple of days, we're going to see what happens. But for the most part right now, we got mostly good qualities here on the daily. I would not say it's a, just go full on, take a long position right now. But it's definitely leaning more towards up than down at this point. Again, we want a candlestick closure above this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, right there at about $60 even. Okay, so that's where we're at there. 4-hour time frame tells us very similar scenario here. We're above all three moving averages. Fantastic. We're above 50, below 70 in the RSI. Money flow index is increasing and stochastics coming up. So those are all positive signs. We've also got a MACD convergence here on the 4-hour too. And that's pretty huge in a lot of ways, because again, we didn't just close one candle and get rejected. We're actually 2 candles into that. And that really helps us understand that we're, again, kind of on the right side of the tracks here. So this push up was a very healthy, strong push, because it broke the lower low and lower high pattern that we were seeing previously. The price action just continued to get lower. And of course, it reaffirmed itself with a higher high so far. We just need to follow that with a higher low. Okay, so this next pullback has to be above $58, or at the very least, somewhere above $56.50, because that was the most recent high. Okay, the most recent high should be the new low, effectively, in this next upswing to confirm the potential shift in momentum. Okay, so we're not there yet, but we're very, very close. I think we're looking pretty strong here. And if we're above the cloud in the 1 hour, I'm going to say that we are probably in pretty good shape here for a long position, which we definitely are, of course. And if you can kind of see here too, when the Ichimoku cloud is in a descending or ascending trend, and then you break it and go the opposite direction, the likelihood of it continuing that direction is higher. Okay? So again, statistical probability of further upside here, because we're above the cloud. If the price does pull back, just say to this level here at 56.50, it will likely bounce. So we got 3 bouncing points here. We got the current the support line, and of course that level there too. I'm willing to speculate as well if we take a look at Elliott wave. Okay, we just finished a wave, so we're in a new one here. Haven't established enough of a trend there yet, but what I'm speculating will happen is that this will continue to make higher highs and higher lows until we hit that 5 point, and then it'll come down for an ABC pattern on the way back down. Okay, again, that's way down the road, just something that you see happen quite consistently in trading. That said, with where we're at right now and the overall sense of things here, let's tighten this up just a little bit once more. Pull that guy down just a little bit. All right. Let's go ahead and look at this way. All right. So now that we have that here, what we want to look at and just to kind of confirm is that we didn't just break above the cloud and it's just like an instant win, right? But it does tell us that we have a lot of momentum in this way. So taking a short into this trade is not ideal right now. Okay. And the reason why is because we have a lot of momentum. Momentum's above, we got the lagging span free and clear. There's only reasons here to consider more so a long or to buy the pullback, if there is one, instead of trying to short on the way down. Because you can get a lot more trouble shorting a situation like this than you will waiting for a good long. So try to be a little more patient in that sense, but my anticipation is that the price will come down to one of these two levels here. Once again, this average previous range there about $58. If we lose 58, we'd probably see a candle wick down to about $57. And that's this most recent high here. So to me, I'm going to be looking for an entry around that level as kind of an optimal place in which the price should bounce. Okay, so again, different strokes for different folks. Some people like to short to that area. There's no guarantee it's going to come down that low though. So to me, I'd much rather wait for something that doesn't happen than getting in too early and regretting it. Okay? Because this has a lot of momentum. We should probably see that further continue up. We can take a look at TD sequential. We're at 7. We have maybe 2 to 6 more hours of continuation upwards before it pulls back. So I'd say by the end of today's trading day, this run should be over. But once again, it would make sense for the price to consolidate at 60 and then leg up from there. But that's kind of where we're at there in the overall sense of things here. I think that we're in pretty good shape here, though, for compound. I think it will definitely continue further up with a potential for a pullback. We also want to let's take a quick look at the 15 and kind of see where we're at here. We can see that we're in pretty good shape. We've got a lot of indications here. Our CC Golden Indicator gave us a green light to take a long position right here. Price took off. Okay, so that would have been a healthy entrance, and congrats to our community members who are using that indicator that caught that. But what I wanted to see here is, of course, if Bollinger Bands also gave us an indication to go long too. But ultimately, we're seeing this overextension here, and it's starting to consolidate. So this is actually nice. It's giving us good volume at this level. Speaking of volume, I didn't touch on this, but as volume starts to come down, we're going to start seeing more potential for the price action to come down with it. Yeah, so just keep in mind, we might see a pullback here from compound, but I think shorting into it is not really the greatest call. You can see how the price action came down and bounced perfectly off this level here at about 59.25. That is, again, a Fibonacci retracement level there. So really, this is just standard trading stuff here. This is really good stuff, and I like where it's at. I have I'm speculating we're going to see much more upside than downside here for this coin, but it would make sense if we get a slight pullback before then. Again, when I say this, oftentimes the price continues to run and it doesn't pull back the way that I hope for it. But again, to me, I'd much rather wait and be successful on the sidelines than regret jumping in too early. And I think we're just a little too early right now to get our most bang for our buck. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you continue to go in the direction whichever you are trading, and I hope it works out well for you, but I hope this is beneficial and makes sense to you, okay? Again, if you're new to the channel, be sure to check out this BingX exclusive offer, and obviously help us grow our Twitter community. Really appreciate it, and look forward to working with you if you want to become a better trader. CryptoCash.tech is a site, link down below. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.